Morning, guys. Welcome to our reading for October 7th. How's everybody doing this morning? Excuse my appearance. Like I explained yesterday, I'm finding that it's easier for me to fit these readings in early in the morning when I do my workout and when I make my smoothies and, all that kind of stuff. So, I'll probably look like this for the most part. For the meditation readings anyway. Other videos that I have ideas for, I might put a little effort in for you guys. But anyways, with that being said, let's start off listening to a helicopter or an airplane. Let's start off with Just for Today by Narcotics Anonymous. If you guys have this book, please take it out, read along with me. If not, you could, oh, look at the little baby ant. Where'd he go? Oh, he's on is that an ant? No, that's a spider. Look at the little baby ant. It's a friggin' spider. It's okay, he's so cute. It looks like a little ant. Okay, anyway, so, you know what? Yeah, we're not gonna let you near my, here, honey. I'm not gonna let you near my supplements. Okay. Sidetracked. All right, so today is October 7th, depending on our higher power. As recovering addicts, we find that we are still dependent, but our dependence has shifted from the things around us to a loving God and the inner strength we get in our relationship with Him. For many addicts, rebelliousness is a second nature. We didn't want to depend on anyone or anything, and especially not on God. The beauty of using, we thought, was that it gave us the power to be and feel anything we wanted, all by ourselves. But the price we paid for this illusory freedom was a dependence beyond our worst nightmares. Rather than freeing us, using enslaved us. When we came to Narcotics Anonymous, we learned that dependence on God didn't have to mean what we may have thought it meant. Yes, if we wanted to be restored to sanity, we would need to tap a power greater than ourselves. However, we could choose our own concept of this higher power. We could even make one up. Dependence on a higher power would not limit us, we discovered. It would free us. The power we find in recovery is the power we lacked on our own. It is the love we were afraid to depend on others for. It is the sense of personal direction we never had, the guidance we couldn't humble ourselves to ask for, or trust others to give. It is all of these things, and it is our own. Today, we are grateful to have a higher power to depend on. Just for today, I will depend on the love and inner strength I draw from the God of my own understanding. Okay, let me explain my little look. And I really don't like to get into too deeply into religion here. That's something that I don't really want to discuss on my channel, but for the sake of the reading, a lot of NA does refer to God or a higher power, and I have an opinion on that, so I'm going to share my opinion here. Anyone else who has their own opinion or their own understanding or their own God of their understanding or higher power, I respect you. I respect your opinion and what you believe. Please do the same for me. Please do the same for everybody in the comments below. Okay? Okay. Now, I am Christian, and I believe in one God, one Jesus who is his son, and it even lists in the 10 Commandments not to, it's like a sin to idolize or put anybody else as a god other than him. So I really did not like when they worded it that way, like you can make one up of your own. No, you're really not supposed to do that. Not a god anyway. However, I do see how it can be greatly beneficial to let me see how I'm going to word this. If you're not religious and you don't believe in God or the God that I'm speaking of, I still see the benefit in understanding that all this didn't create itself. Okay? Something is greater than yourself as a creator and a higher power. So I see the benefit in that and leaning on the belief in that to like it says in here, let me just look really quick. The power we find in recovery is the power we lacked on our own. It is the love we were afraid to depend on others for. It is the sense of personal direction we never had, the guidance we couldn't humble ourselves to ask for or trust others to give. It is all of these things, and it is our own. Today we are grateful to have a higher power to depend on. So there's massive benefits in putting your trust and believing in and leaning on something that is greater than yourself. And until you can learn to do that with other humans in your life, I believe that there's benefits to that. I just don't like the wording of, yeah, you can just make up whatever God you want to make up and like worship him, because I don't believe that. So I did have to say that, being that I am Christian, and I couldn't let that go by without being said. But with all that being said, and you know what, I'd like to hear your guys' interpretations of that reading. How did you feel about that wording? What are your beliefs? If you feel comfortable, let's have a conversation down below, respectfully. Okay? Now, we're going to move over to The Language of Letting Go by Melanie Beattie. Guys, before I start this reading, I just want to let you know my roommate just went out to check his mail. If he comes back while I'm in the middle, I'm just going to pause the video until he goes inside. He's very nosy and, can be a distraction. So if you see me pause, or that's why. Okay, so The Language of Letting Go, Melanie Beattie, October 7th. Here we go. Letting go of naivete. You guys are going to have to help me out on this one. Naivete with a little, what's that called? Oh my goodness. Not an apostrophe, but the, like Jose and the thing over the E. Oh, it's right on the tip of my tongue. As soon as I shut this off, I'm going to remember it. Help me out. Let me know what that is down below. Okay, so here we go. We can be loving, trusting people and still not allow ourselves to be used or abused. We don't have to let people do whatever they want to us. Not all requests are legitimate. Not all requests are legitimate. Okay? Doesn't matter who it comes from. Oh, that's my sister. She asked me. Not all requests are legitimate. Okay? It says, not all requests require a yes. Life may test us. People may seek out our weak spots. We may see a common denominator to the limits that are being tested in our lives. If we have a weak spot in one area, we may find ourselves tested repeatedly in that area by family, friends, coworkers, and neighbors. Life, people, our higher power, and the universe may be trying to teach us something specific. When we learn that lesson, we will find that problems with that area dwindle. The boundary has been set, the power has been owned. For now, the lesson has been learned. We may need to be angry with certain people for a while, people who have pushed our tolerance over the edge. That's okay. Soon we can let go of the anger and exchange it for gratitude. These people have been here to help us learn about what we don't want, what we won't tolerate, and how to own our power. We can thank them for what we have learned. How much are we willing to tolerate? How far shall we let others go with us? How much of our own anger and intuition shall we discount? Where are our limits? Do we have any? If we don't, we're in trouble. There are times not to trust others, but instead trust ourselves and set boundaries with those around us. Today, I will be open to new awareness about the areas where I need healthier boundaries. I will forego my naive assumption that the other person is always right. I will exchange that view for trusting myself, listening to myself, and having and setting healthy boundaries. I love that reading. I love that reading, every single word. Like, that is what I'm all about nowadays. Really trying to set my boundaries, put myself first. And you know what? It could get tricky because you question it sometimes, you know? Like, am I being a little too hard? Or, oh, yeah, you know, but that's my mother or my sister or my whoever. If something in your body gives you a trigger that you need a boundary to be set, that is what you do for yourself. You don't question yourself at all. You listen to yourself, okay? You need to put yourself first. You are the most important. And I like how it says, not all requests require a yes. You don't have to say yes to everybody who asks you for something. Here's my roommate, guys. I'm going to be right back with this.